What if I told you the most impactful investment, maybe, in your entire life costs you almost nothing, requires no special gear, and could start changing, well, everything today?
That sounds almost too good to be true, right?
It really does. But that's exactly the fascinating idea we're diving into today.
We're exploring the profound power, really, of dedicating just one focused hour a day to yourself.
Right.
And our deep dive today, it's built around this really compelling audiobook transcript. It's called 1 Hour a Day Can Change Your Life from the Audiobook Spot YouTube channel.
And our mission for you listening is to unpack how this, seemingly small commitment,
Just an hour.
just an hour, can build incredible discipline, bring real clarity, speed up your progress, and forge, lasting confidence.
Yeah, the material suggests it's almost a shortcut to becoming the person you're truly meant to be.
Exactly. So we're going to explore 10 key ways the source suggests you can unlock this daily potential. Let's get into it. So the core idea here, it's actually disarmingly simple.
It
1 hour a day can change your life.
Yeah.
Not someday, not maybe, but starting now, if you use it right.
And it hits you straight away with that fact. 60 minutes. It's only 4% of your whole day.
Only 4%. It's crazy when you think about it like that.
Right. But the source points out most people give away hours scrolling, watching stuff, complaining maybe, or just waiting.
Waiting, yeah.
Yeah.
But struggle to give even one focused hour back to themselves. It really makes you stop and think.
And what's compelling is why this hour is so powerful. It's not magic, obviously.
Yeah.
It's about becoming deeply intentional. This hour, it's like a psychological anchor. It shifts you from just reacting.
Yeah, reacting to everything coming in.
Exactly, to purposeful action. The material really hammers home that time is like a mirror. It reflects your real priorities. And consciously giving this hour to yourself every day, well, it's more than a habit. It's a statement about your self-worth.
It's like saying, I'm worth this hour.
Precisely. And it's a concrete step. It leverages things like, implementation intentions, deciding ahead of time when and where you'll act. That boosts follow-through way more than just having a vague goal.
Okay, so if we boil this down, the key takeaway is real change doesn't need luck or some grand opportunity or perfect timing.
No, not at all.
It needs discipline, yeah, but maybe even more. It just needs a clear decision.
A decision?
A decision to use your time to build yourself instead of, maybe without even realizing it, letting time break you down through distraction or just doing nothing.
And that leads to a really important question for you, the listener. How do you currently spend your time? And what does that say about what you really value? Just imagine for a second, what would it look like? What would it feel like if you dedicated just 1 hour?
Just one.
To building something, studying, reflecting, training, growing something that matters to you. What could that open up?
Okay, let's unpack a critical first step then. Claiming this hour. It often starts with how you begin your day.
Right, the very beginning.
And the source really challenges us here. It suggests that the second you hit snooze, you're giving away more than just minutes.
You're giving away ownership.
Ownership, yeah, you're letting that tiny immediate comfort make your first decision for you.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how that very first choice sets the tone. It really does ripple through the whole day.
It does.
If your first move is hesitation or doubt or just retreating back to comfort, well, your day often follows that exact pattern.
Yeah, I can see that.
Discipline, it doesn't start in some big dramatic moment. It starts quietly in your room. When you choose action over comfort.
It's not just about waking up early, is it?
Not necessarily. It's about winning that first internal battle, proving to yourself right then that you're in control.
And that's where the power of being up, when the world is still quiet, comes in.
Yes. Fewer distractions, less noise.
Just you and your choices.
Yeah.
And the material really emphasizes how those choices stack up. They compound.
They do. One morning becomes 2, then a week.
Then a month. And before you know it, you've built something most people just don't. Sustained momentum. Real confidence in your ability to lead your own day.
So for you listening, think about it. Do you want to be the kind of person who lives on snooze, watching life kind of drift by, or someone who takes ownership, who says, this is my time, I'm choosing to invest it?
So it's one tiny step, one decisive move you could make tomorrow morning to lead your day with purpose, not delay.
That's the question.
So we've talked about when to find the hour, maybe the morning. Now let's shift to where you direct your mental energy during that time.
Okay. Focus?
Yeah, focus. The source gives us this simple but really powerful line.
Yeah.
Your life always moves in the direction of your attention.
And the psychology there is so important. Your attention isn't just passive, it's your power. It
Yeah.
really is.
Your power.
Wherever it goes, your energy follows. And where your energy goes, well, that's where results start showing up.
Right.
But the subtle danger, and the source points this out clearly, is that most distractions, they don't even look like distractions at first.
No, they're sneaky.
Totally. They dress up as notifications or entertainment or seemingly small tasks or even other people's urgent problems.
Oh, yeah.
But slowly, almost without you noticing, they steal your focus away from what actually builds you.
Mm-hmm.
The source is blunt here. It says, the world doesn't care if you waste your focus. In fact, it profits from your distraction.
Wow. That's a profound point about our modern world, isn't it?
It really is.
It makes me think how much focus I might be losing without even realizing it.
Yeah.
There's such a big difference between just being busy
Right. Busyness.
and actually being focused. Busy
Mhm.
can feel productive, but focused is what really moves the needle, gets tangible results.
And real focus, it takes effort. It means consciously deciding, okay, I'm sitting down now, saying no to all those other things pulling at you,
Saying no, that's key.
and giving your full, undivided attention to one thing.
So this raises a big question for you, listening right now. What are you truly giving your attention to?
Yeah, honestly.
Are you constantly checking likes? Letting worries just run wild in your head? Are you maybe feeding the wrong side of your future?
Focusing on problems you can't control instead of solutions you can create.
Exactly. If you want to grow, you have to decide what actually moves you forward. And commit your best energy to it, not just the leftovers.
Your best energy, not the scraps.
Okay, so you've directed your attention. What should you direct it towards?
Building.
Building something meaningful. The source really highlights this. It says, most people just react all day. Check phones, scroll, run from one demand to the next.
Yeah, and by the end of the day, they've poured hours into stuff that, if they really stop to think about it,
It means very little to them personally.
Exactly. So the key insight here is using your time to create something that matters. That's what separates people who move forward from those who feel stuck.
And it's not luck, is it? Or waiting for permission.
Not at all. It's about prioritizing your own growth, your purpose. Even if nobody else notices, even if there's no applause,
Right.
the act itself changes you. The source says, start building something. You begin to feel purpose again.
You feel purpose again. I love that.
Because you're shifting from passive, reactive to active, creative.
That's such a critical point.
Yeah.
It makes me think how often we look for these really complex solutions when the answer is just in that consistent, quiet action. It doesn't have to be huge.
No, not at all.
It could be writing one page, recording ideas for a project, designing something small, building your health, learning a new skill.
Anything that pushes you forward, the core idea. If you feel stuck, maybe you're not stuck by your circumstances. Maybe you're just not building.
You're just not building. Oof, that's
Yeah.
direct.
It is. So for you listening, what small, intentional act of building can you commit to in this hour you're claiming?
Yeah, what can you create? Something that starts moving you forward, brings back that sense of purpose. Even one small brick starts a foundation. Okay, so building on that idea of creation, the source brings in learning as a crucial part of growth.
Yes. It's not just about doing more, but knowing more.
Knowing more.
Specifically learning one useful thing, something that really makes you grow, not just collecting random facts.
Right, not just trivia, useful knowledge.
Exactly. And when you dig into it, you see the direct link. Knowledge and progress. Your ability to get to your next level, it really depends on what you know. The material puts it powerfully. Every problem you face is either something you already know how to solve or something you haven't learned how to deal with yet.
That simplifies things a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
And the goal isn't just consuming information passively. It's about getting insights you can apply. Insights that change your behavior.
Application.
Behavior change.
Yeah. The source contrasts chasing hacks, which is often fruitless, with the deeper pursuit of mastery. It notes how distracted people scroll more than they think.
They scroll more than they think. Wow.
Learning, the source says, is the cure for fear and confusion. That resonates. When you feel stuck or overwhelmed or unsure, it often is a sign you need to learn something specific to clarify the path.
Right. It empowers you.
Oh.
So for you listening, what useful idea, concept, or insight can you actively seek out today? Something that helps you handle stress better, navigate relationships, manage money, understand yourself, something you can actually use.
Something you can apply and integrate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit to something often overlooked, the physical connection.
Ah, yes. The body.
The source argues, quite compellingly, that your body holds the energy you need for your future. But lots of people never access it.
Because they stay still, sitting for hours, and ironically, getting more tired by doing too little.
Isn't that strange? Doing less makes you more tired.
It is strange, but true. And the material frames activity not just for looks, but as key to waking up fully, being present, building mental strength.
Discipline. So moving your body shifts your mind.
Fundamentally, that brain fog, it often lifts, tension releases, those internal excuses quiet down, you feel alive again. Because you're building power from the inside out. And there's real neuroscience behind this. Movement improves cognition, mood.
And the source makes this key distinction, doesn't it? Between tiredness from actually doing too much.
Right, genuine fatigue.
And that heaviness that comes from doing too little.
Exactly, and it says explicitly even just 10 minutes of movement can reset your entire day.
Just 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be some crazy workout.
No, just intentional movement. So for you, the listener, if you've been feeling stuck or low energy, what simple physical action can you take? A brisk walk, some stretches, dance to a song, a few push-ups.
Anything to generate energy. Lift the fog. Remind yourself you're capable.
Exactly. You don't always need motivation to move. Often motivation shows up after you start moving.
Okay, so beyond these external actions, the source really challenges us to look inward, deeply.
Yeah, the inner check-in.
So many people, especially today, just rush through life, task to task, routine to routine, never really checking in with how they actually feel.
Right. We associate productivity with constant busyness. Slowing down feels wrong somehow. Inefficient.
Weak, maybe.
Yeah. But what struck me here is that real progress comes from awareness. And awareness, it only shows up when you slow down and look honestly inside.
You can't fix what you won't face.
Exactly. And you can't face it if you never pause long enough to even notice it's there. It's vital to ask those hard questions.
And what?
What am I avoiding? Or what am I holding on to that just isn't serving me anymore? We often fill our lives with noise specifically to dodge these questions.
Noise to avoid the quiet truth.
Yeah.
But it makes that critical, almost chilling point. You can be succeeding on the outside and falling apart inside. Performing great at work, looking good publicly, but feeling empty or exhausted alone.
Because your inner world shapes your outer results.
Yeah.
Always. If your thoughts are chaotic, emotions heavy, your decisions get scattered, your energy drops.
So the crucial question for you listening, are you giving yourself permission to just pause?
Permission to pause.
To listen to your own thoughts, feelings, needs, without judgment, without distraction.
How can you create just a few quiet moments today to process, to ask what's genuinely going on inside? Away from the pressure to be busy, that inner work is where the real shifts start.
Okay, and building right on that inner check-in, the source zooms in on something often hidden there. That one problem you keep running away from.
Ah, yes, a persistent nagging thing.
That thing that just lingers in the background, shaping your energy, stealing focus, maybe even chipping away at your self-respect.
And when you really look at it, ignoring it doesn't make it vanish. It usually gets stronger.
Right. It looms larger.
It exerts its influence while you're busy trying to sidestep it. Avoidance feels safe for a moment, maybe.
Maybe.
But it leads to long-term damage.
Yeah.
Erodes your confidence. Subtly convinces you you're not capable of handling things.
The source is really clear on this one.
Unequivocal. Only action will make it easier. The discomfort of facing it, that's temporary. The cost of avoiding it, that's chronic.
And the empowering part, the source says, is that the first step isn't some huge, dramatic solution.
No, it's simpler.
It's just acknowledgement, telling yourself the honest truth.
Like, okay, I've been avoiding this, and it's holding me back.
Yeah. It could be making that phone call you dread, setting that boundary you know you need, or just admitting a pattern in your life isn't working.
So, for you, our listener, here's a direct challenge. What is the one thing, the one you've been avoiding, the one that pops into your head when things get quiet? Now, honestly ask yourself, how much better would I feel? How much lighter, clearer, more capable if I finally handled this?
The answer is probably pretty obvious, isn't it?
Overwhelmingly, I suspect.
Okay, let's shift to the practical side.
Yeah.
Keeping these changes going.
Yeah.
The source talks about the non-negotiable power of tracking what you do.
Tracking, yeah, super important. Because if you're not tracking, you're guessing.
You're guessing.
And when you guess, you lose control over the results, which leads to inconsistent effort, and then frustration.
That makes sense.
And a key insight here is the power of actually writing things down. Not typing, but pen to paper.
Why writing specifically?
It seems to bring more structure, clarity, a kind of undeniable honesty to your growth. You stop being vague. You can actually know if you're on track, not just think you are.
You have proof.
Concrete proof right there. Tracking helps you see patterns, identify your usual distractions, even notice emotional triggers. You understand your own behavior so much better.
And the biggest benefit of this simple act?
Accountability. Real, unshakable accountability. Not to anyone else, to yourself.
To yourself.
At the end of the day, you ask, did I do what I said I would? Keeping those promises to yourself, because you're measuring effort, not just good intentions.
That's what builds real confidence, real self-trust.
Absolutely. So, for you listening, what will you track to make your growth visible? Pick up a pen. Start a simple list today. Remember that old wisdom, what gets measured gets improved.
What gets measured gets improved. What small, consistent action will you track daily? Make your progress tangible.
That's the way.
Okay, let's bring it all home now. The source identifies the ultimate secret, the key to lasting change.
Repetition.
Relentless repetition. It says it plainly. Becoming better doesn't happen in a day. It comes from repetition.
It's fascinating, really, how consistent habits done over and over until those actions become a part of who you are.
Until they become part of you.
Lead to identity change. You don't just do running, you become a runner. You don't just do writing, you become a writer.
You become that person.
Yeah, and that consistency builds deep self-trust, and maybe, most importantly, it eliminates that little voice, that internal negotiation.
Oh yeah, that negotiation.
It always tries to talk you out of things when you rely just on willpower. It becomes less about doing, more about being.
It's like rewiring your brain.
It literally is. Neuroplasticity. Every repetition strengthens those pathways until the habit is almost automatic, takes less effort.
But here's the catch, right? The counterintuitive truth that trips people up. Repetition is often boring, it's quiet, it doesn't always give you immediate, flashy results.
Exactly. And that's why it's hard. That's why most people quit eventually.
They fall off.
But the source wisely points out, the people who stay with it are the ones who actually evolve. It's about sticking with it long after the excitement fades.
Understanding the habit is more important than the feeling.
Precisely. So, for you, the listener, a final thought. You probably already know deep down what you need to do to move forward.
You don't need another fancy plan.
Not necessarily. So, what habit? One that aligns with the person you really want to become. What habit will you commit to repeating?
Not just for a day or a week.
Consistently. Until it's not something you do anymore. It's just who you are now.
Wow, who you are now. We've covered so much today. Claiming your mornings, directing attention, learning, moving, facing problems.
All centered around that incredible potential in just one focused hour a day.
Fueled by intention, self-awareness, and that relentless consistency.
And if you connect this to the bigger picture, that truly empowered version of you, the one without the weight of avoidance, the one with inner strength, clarity, real self-trust, that version isn't some distant fantasy.
It's not.
No, that unstoppable version, it's already inside you, waiting to be unleashed by the daily decision to choose yourself, to commit to these habits.
So what will you do starting today to activate that unstoppable force within?